Shalom, family. Shalom. How y'all doing out there today? Welcome back again to News, Facts, and Comments in conjunction with Major TV. Y'all know what it is. Salute to all those that's tuning in right now. You see my comrade, my soldier, my warrior in this struggle out here in these YouTube streets. Major TV is in the building.
Positive vibration. Good day to everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, comment, hit the notification bell. We dropping content all the time. What's up, sister?
Hey, listen, you already know what it is. You see, it's Remember Ozone. I wonder if you remember this shirt.
Hey,
I
I
just want
remember.
to know, do you remember this shirt? You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah,
is Remember Othal Ozone Wallace, June 23rd, 2024. We're looking for warriors for Ozone for this virtual solidarity day. On this day, 3 years ago, Othal Wallace was accosted by a police officer, Daytona Police Officer Jason Rayner to be exact. And ever since that day, 3 years ago today, Arthur Wallace's life changed forever. He's now facing 30 years. He has since appealed that 30-year sentence, and we're screaming hashtag free ozone, hashtag bring ozone home. So today, while we're trying to gather our thoughts so that we make sure that we remember our brother Othel Wallace in a righteous manner. I'm going to say that again, that we remember our brother Othel Wallace in a righteous manner. I'm calling on all those warriors out there that had a chance to meet Othel or just had a chance to partake in one of his conversations he was having online when he was out here in the free world. Remember what he did and what he stood for. You know what I mean? So, my brother, I know last time we met, the last fundraiser we had, you told the people how you remembered Othel Ozone Wallace. And can you tell us if there's anything else that you remember since the last time that we were on live?
like I said, I didn't know too much about him. I had eventually figure out who he was because I had wanted their formation out there in Lafayette, Louisiana. And what I know of the brother was a freedom fighter. The brother was outspoken. The brother, if you wronged him, he'll let you know you wronged him. He was about the people and he spoke loud about it. Unfortunately, some of his words came back to bite him at trial, but still, this brother stood on business. He stood on being about the community and what have you. So, and I had a chance to talk to him a couple of times personally since after the incident, and him and I had a heartfelt conversation. So I really can say this about him. He a real solid, good brother.
That's what's up. And that's the sentiments that most people, when you ask what about Ozone? They say, I remember that dude. Of course, they remembered him from being in the 2A formations and whatnot. But one thing they would never say is that he was ever mean to them or disrespectful to them. He was always just this humble, righteous person, right? And he just always exude a love for his people. And that's what I remember most about Brother Ozone. So, you know what I mean? So his humble spirit, and so in this hour, when we saying free ozone, we want to make sure that everybody is going to the website and donating as well. So we're going to go ahead and pull that up. Talk to the people while I get that pulled up.
Well,
One second.
first, I have to shout y'all sister Cody. I don't think people realize how deep this go with you and Oath. I remember when Oath the first got arrested and what have you, and he was going through a situation. Cole was one of the first people I know was directly sending his brother money, writing him and what have you. Before there was all that was the records about, what happened with Remy and the fundraising and all this, that, and other. The sister stayed the course in reference to the support and helping the brother. And we know what happened with Remy and how that went down. That was just very unfortunate. And I think it brought a lot of rift within our community as far as division and people feeling like, well, you can't support this one or that one because they're gonna steal the money. But I'm glad they got organized now. We're on the plap, they're raising the funds to be able to fund his legal defense. But I gotta really just give Cody a lot of props because I don't believe that the sister is not given the credit she should be given. A lot of things she have done prior to plap and other people that were speaking about her behind the scenes, she had been doing what she been doing. I gotta definitely give praise to Sister on it because she really been holding it down.
Salute to you, my brother, for giving me that ear, that sounding board when I was, screaming hashtag free ozone way back then. And you just, you stood right there and said, you're right, sister, you're right. So I appreciate you being that listening ear so I can, vent my frustrations. Because, like I said, I hate to see when injustice happens to such a humble spirit, a brother that had such a passion and love for his brothers and his sisters out here. And that's why I do what I do. And so I thank you for acknowledging it. But basically my whole point behind doing this is that we remember Ozone because I know that he appreciates it. Just from the bottom of his heart. So as y'all can see on the screen, we got Otho Wallace Legal Defense Fund. We're at $126,941.97. And I'm gonna tell y'all, family, when I woke up this morning, we were still at 126,800 something, right? And so people have donated since this morning. And so whoever that is, whoever that was, I want to say thank you so much. The message is still getting out, it's still resonating with the people. Like Major said, share this live video. If you can afford to donate to Otha.org today, then share the video because perhaps someone might just be feeling generous tonight and might just want to drop, a couple of dimes on our brother's account just for the simple fact that today is the day, 3 years ago today, that our brother had to, basically run for his life. He was in fear for his life. And that's basically what it is. So I want to first of all say, give a shout out to Mama O, always in the building, always strong. You know what I'm saying? That shouts out to you, Mama O. We love you with everything for being there for your son, standing in the gap and being the humble spirit that you are as well. I got my sister Dee Dee Taylor. She says she's backstage. Let me see if I could get her. Uh,
Yeah,
get
shout out to Mama O too, because she have endured a lot throughout the course of her son incarceration and what have you. And to see her still standing 10 toes down for her son, that's a beautiful thing. We love you.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Sister Dee Dee, if you're saying you're backstage, I don't see you. Hope you click the right link. I don't see you backstage though. But for all those warriors for ozone that's in the chat listening right now, if you would just let us know that you're in the building so that we could acknowledge you for being that warrior and standing in solidarity with us today as we have declared here as news facts and comments in conjunction with major tv news facts and comments in conjunction with major tv. Let's talk. We have declared that June 23rd is Othal Wallace Virtual Solidarity Day. So that's why we're here virtually coming to you. And we ask that wherever you are, that number one, put a salute up for Othal Wallace for standing strong in this hour, for not wavering, not more wanting a deal, not taking a deal, for standing on his own self defense during the trial. He was his only witness to his own self defense. And so we have to acknowledge that this brother is a true warrior. So I want to say shout out to Othal Wallace, and that's why we're here. Remember Ozone. Remember Ozone when he went out there during the Juneteenth celebration that was out there in Georgia, and he stood up and walked the grounds in solidarity with his other brothers and sisters out there, vowing to protect them while they slept, while they gathered together. Remember Ozone. Remember Ozone was the one going down there to the sheriff's department demanding justice for the brother who they said hung himself, right? Remember Ozone. That's what we're here to do today. So if you're in the chat and you want to come up, I'm gonna place. I could put a telephone number, or you could just come up and join us on the panel. However you want to do. You don't. Just we just ask that you be respectful, but yeah, share your story. We want you to definitely share your story. So let me bring Sister Dee up.
While you're doing it, let me just paint a picture, right? Because we keep saying Ota, Ota, Ota. But we gotta see the big picture and how Ota come into play, right? Otha is one brother for decades, for over a century or longer, of what we have been going through with this justice system and with this country, with the racism, the systemic racism, and the fact that as far as our rights are all level respected because of the lineage and history of this country, and saying that they were descendants of former slaves and what have you, in their mindset. We've seen what happened on January 6th. You know, we've seen what happened with Donald Trump and all the things he said and what have you. We even seen the thing Joe Biden doing with the Gaza thing and with Israel. We see all this, right?
Right.
The respect part is not that. We already know that. It's like we already incarcerated, right? And when we see what happened with Otha, what happened with to so many sisters and brothers, and it's been televised of people that been wrongfully arrested, beaten, killed, and what have you. He's a survivor of that. But the essential part of all this is the fact that he was one of the people that stepped out and spoke against it. Not only did he legally take him on, not only did he legally contested or form with informations pushing for justice, he became an actual victim of what he was doing. So for me, we have to see it bigger than. I think every person that's probably watching knew somebody probably wrongly arrested or been arrested in the system, and knowing the system probably treating them bad or have know somebody. You know what I'm saying? This is really, really big. And I don't think people really is understanding that. We so divisive about following this one and following that, and the division here and in our community, that we don't really see what's before us and what's in front of us. So I don't mean to take about the time. I just wanted to say that, and why I support we should donate, we should participate and be a part of something very beautiful and special, because this brother's still living. We can still talk to him. He can still come out here, be with his kids. He can still make a difference. But we can't do it if we're not fighting together. You muted. You muted.
Thank you so much, my brother. Hashtag bring Othal Wallace home. Bring Ozone home. Othal.org is the website where you go to make the donation tonight. Whatever you can would be greatly appreciated. But if you want to get on the mic and tell us and share with us your Othal Wallace story, please do me a favor, make a donation, and then come on back and I'll give you a link. It's just simple as that. Sister Didi, I know you've been waiting, my sister, so let me go ahead and give you the floor. You have the mic.
Oh, hey, hey, salute family. Um, excuse me, I'm not feeling my best, but anyway, I want to give a shout out to Mama O in the building. She's given birth to a mighty king, Brother Ozone, and shout out to all the supporters as we continue to fight this fight with our dear brother Ozone. Um, So I'm going to be kind of going back and forth because, again, I'm not, feeling my best. So I'm going to have to get off for now. However, I do want to stay on the panel. So, like our brother just mentioned, Major TV, he made it very clear, you know, Ozone is just not just this regular person. I mean, no one should be treated um, as our brother had to experience, our brother Ozone had to go through. But Ozone is he's very unique. He's very unique, and I can say this. I thank the Most High that our brother made it out alive, and he's still with us today. So if we can continue to help our brother in this endeavors to free him so he can go home to his children and his mother and the rest of his family, his supporter, his friends, his family, you know. So we are his family. So I thank you guys for allowing me up here again. I'm going to land my plane here for now, but I definitely will continue to talk in a few. Thank you.
Get well, sister. Good to hear from you, though.
Thank you. Y'all keep me up here though. You got to keep me up
Well, you can
here.
still, you can still be. You don't have to go backstage. You still here, unless the court decide to take you down, whatever. But we have been doing this fundraiser. We definitely want you to be a part of it. Because you integral part of it, and we know how how big of a donor you have been, how supportive you've been of him. So we definitely want you to be a part of this.
Right, right,
Yes,
right.
yes.
Exactly.
Thank
So
you.
that you are like you're like the cornerstone in one of the foundations of of this whole movement, right? You were there from day one for as long as I could remember. I really didn't know who you were, and over the course of these 3 years, I've gotten to know that you are a solid stand-up sister, and you very have a very kind and big heart. And so, sometimes people, take advantage of that, and I get mad about that. But sister, you're solid, and you mean what you say when your handle is "I'm for my people." You mean just that. So I want to say salute to you, and I hope that you were able to get that stuff and mix it on up so you can start feeling better.
And I have to add to that too because I'm glad Cody said this, and I'm not trying to sound messy. But when the dust and smoke clear, you see who's really standing 10 toes down. Because we heard a lot of people shot Otha. We don't see it anymore, right? We know about the internal problem we had back then, even currently right now, that don't be mentioned about. But it's sad to say that people be talking about the revolution movement and supporting each other, but those very people, like when you look around, you can hear from them and see what's going on. So for to have you still standing here, Cody, myself, and others alike is a beautiful thing. Because a lot of sisters and brothers say they about what's righteous and about the movement, about helping our people. In this case, where it's a very serious situation that we know that a lot of people screaming his name is no longer screaming his name or even speaking about it anymore. And that's just a sad situation. So I salute the sister for staying 10 toes down.
For sure, for sure. So that was our sister Dee. She said that, we're gonna send a prayer up for her. Y'all, put prayers in the air that she begins to feel better. Yeah, real solid sister. And what you were saying, Major, about, look around to see who is still standing. You know what I mean? We have to stand because Othel is still standing. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. We have to still stand because Othel is still standing. They thought that they were going to keep him down. They thought that they were going to make him give up, you know. But the brother is still standing. So if he can still stand, we have to stand. So shouts out to PLAP, the People Legal Aid Project, for being the ones to bring all this information to us and keep us abreast of how we're doing as donors to the cause, right? So we want to make sure that we always keep in mind what the real goal is, and the real goal is in remembering Othel Wallace to raise funds so that he can pay his attorneys. Like, you know, just think about it, Major, and you deal with law, and help you've helped several different brothers over the last years, a couple of decades. you know how is it for someone to have to deal with a um a public defender, especially when they facing like the death penalty? How would that have been? How would that have turned out, my brother?
Really, truly, like with plummet or that pending cases, you all ever get a plummet defender. They normally get you a private attorney or somebody very experienced. So 'cause that's a some situation, right? So when you hear about plummet defenders, that's not a common thing. They normally would get a private attorney, somebody pro bono take on the case because it's such a high publicity case. Because once you get debt, you get like everybody in my own be trying to like they be trying to help people on debt room, what have. So it's a very serious situation. So if you do go to play with the friend, they're gonna be a real good one. You know what I'm saying? Not the lower echelon, but higher ones. But in Louisiana, New Orleans, where we from, they normally private lawyers on the pro bono or whatnot. A top line like plug defender, what have you. But in any case, when you deal with plug defending a case like this, it's always scary because the limited money. Because you look at when the state get the money from the taxpayers go to the district attorney offers mainly, and some to the public defenders and stuff. And the problem is because it's a public defender or a lawyer they put on a case because they don't have the money to be able to do the investigating and whatever research or DNA, whatever, can be very, very expensive, So having a private attorney that's paid and have basically whatever in the budget what he needs to cover is way more better than dealing with somebody that's been appointed by the judge or by the court.
Right. Okay. So, you know, even though, you said they'll get you some type of high profile public defender that's going to take the case pro bono, the mere fact that the man is taking or the woman is taking the case pro bono, there's not that's not going to, I don't think that there's going to be the same amount of care that is given to someone that is being paid in service to represent you. What do you think? I think that more care and more diligence is going to, they're going to work for their money when they know that they're being paid. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Of course, a paid attorney would do more, but I don't want to kind of display defenders. We got some good play defenders out there that I've personally have known, right? But I'm gonna say that, of course, but the problem is this: when you pay attorney, he basically got his budget with all he need, his fee, his paralegal fee, his investigative fee. They got to bring a doctor and a specialist or do some kind of DNA, what have you. That's covered in that. Well, play defender, they pay typically, on a salary and whatnot. So they may not have the money to get an investigator, pay an investigator, or do DNA testing or what have you. That's where the disparity coming at versus somebody who's paying for a lawyer. The lawyer should have all in the budget from looking at the case. He should know everything he need to do, and we got to pay for. For the player defender, they're on a set salary, and that's the reason why the role. That's the reason why, like I said, the role, but that's the reason why um the fighting aspect is different because one have the money to do it, while the other one is based on a budget or salary and what have you. So when you take on this case, if we need more investigative work or some scientific research or bring on an expert witness or what have you, may not have the money or the budget.
Well, that's just the thing. All right. So I'm glad you said that because that's why it's very important that we go ahead and donate to Othal.org today so that his appeals team can have the money to bring forth those witnesses, to bring forth those expert witnesses to testify on Othel's behalf during this appeals case. Very, very important, you all. So that's Major just laid it out. The reason why we need these funds is not enough to say that, oh, well, we donated and he didn't get the death penalty, so we're good. No, we're not. No, we're not. Imagine, look at those three babies. Those three babies will be well into their 30s if we do not, well in their 30s before they see their father on these streets, walking these streets, if we do not continue to donate. Remember Othal Wallace. Now, I remember you saying, like, something, going back and remember how we got here. And that goes to how our brother is still so resilient because we went through a lot. And so, because we're saying, remember Othal Wallace, imagine if it pains us to talk about these things that happened in the past. Imagine how Othel was feeling during this time, right? So are you let's go back when we all first found out that they had accosted our brother and then he was on the run. You know, everybody in our circle was buzzing. Can you remember who was doing shows for Othel Wallace? Can you remember? Just think about how many people. Major TV, you said on many panels, right? I can remember the first 24-hour marathon fundraiser. Do y'all remember that? That was wow. I fell asleep, woke up, y'all still was talking. You know what I mean? Like wow, that was pretty awesome. Do you remember? Do you recall that, Major?
Yeah, I've been on all kind. I remember I've been on. I mean, I've been on all. I was on everything. You know what I'm saying? Still staying 10 toes down. But yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I remember that. I remember that. I want to say this though too. I've been to court. I don't know. Man, I don't want to lie about 9, 10 times. I only had one player defender when I was 17 for auto theft. Right? Ever since that, like another 8, 9, 10 other times, I always had a paid lawyer. So I'm the first to say I'm voting for a paid attorney. You know what I'm saying? And I won most of my cases, except a few of them. So a paid attorney do play a part. And I won't lie, I was in the law books. If I get incarcerated, I'm going to the law library. I don't have the time to play basketball and all this other stuff, playing checkers and chess. I'm trying to find out a way, a loophole, what have you. So, but I always let people, I always address the fact you can become incarcerated. Always look at the law, but see whether the charge meets the element of crime and so forth, so on, and then go off into the facts and just stuff to know. Even if you don't want to be deep into, at least know your case, right? But I definitely recommend that he get a lawyer. That anyone get a paid lawyer, and that's what I say this to everybody. Put yourself in his shoes. What you want, a paid lawyer or a public defender? Simple as that. That's the reason why you should want to support him. And unfortunately, it's a situation where we have to keep coming to the community for help. But that's how serious it is. It's not just a felony case. We dealing with a felony conviction. This was a capital offense case. You know what I'm saying? That resulted in him getting found guilty of lesser on charge. But he had to fight with a paid attorney to get away from the capital offense charge. Now we trying to get him free. If not free, get his time cut or something. We trying to definitely get this brother home as soon as possible. Thank you, sister.
Yes, sir. That is the mission. That is definitely the mission. So, you know, one thing that I wanted to remind you all of is that you can definitely let me know if you're ready to come up and share your Othal Wallace story. So you have to let me know if you want the link and you want to come up on the panel, or if you want to call in. I think we do have that ability to take calls tonight. So either way, we just want to gather in solidarity and put up positive vibrations for our brother Othal Wallace in this hour. So if there's any takers, we're going to say who's in the building today. Of course, y'all know we have our lovely Mama O in the building. She says, hello, family, mom in the house. Thanks for all the love and support. Hashtag free ozone. Hashtag I say bring ozone home. And that is the hour. That's the plan of the hour, to make sure that we raise funds to bring ozone home. Sister Didi, did you want to say something?
Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yes, definitely. As I'm sitting here, um, thinking about our brother, and not just our brother, but his mother and children and his family. I am one of many believers that the job isn't finished until it's complete. We got our brother past what he feared the most, what we all feared the most, which was the death penalty. So, like our sister was saying a few minutes ago, it's not about, well, we got him past the death thing or whatever, and let's just settle for 30. Now we're not doing that, and I've said this many times before. It is so extremely imperative that we fight this to the end, you know, so he can go home. And we are in a country where it costs, you know, especially when your back is against the wall. We are very grateful for his attorney teams, for their willingness in accepting these payments and increments. But at the same token, we're always on time. For the most part, most of us, we're on time with paying our rent, our mortgage, our car notes, our utilities. You know, um, I look at our brother as a blessing, a bill. That I I put aside him. As a bill. And so he is, to me, he is a mortgage, or he is a utility bill, or he is a whatever type of bill. I include him, like many of us here. we include him as a part of our livelihood because we do want our brother free. We want him free. So we're more than halfway there in terms of getting him over that big hump that he had to face, just last year, and he was vindicated of the death penalty, of course. And like Brother Major said a few minutes ago, he was facing a capital charge in the beginning. So let's not just stop. Let's keep fighting, because what happened to him happens to many people of all races, and this is not even about race anymore. It's about just justice against a system that is so cruel that no matter how hard we fight, they want to make us seem like we can't get anywhere. But in this case, all it's going to take is for us to continue to donate, continue to be a ongoing contributor to this cause. With our help, Ozone can go home. With our help, this is going to be a whole nother trial for him so he can go home. Not he may go home, he will. And all he needs is our help to push the button to help him. It's like we're the keys to the gate. We are the keys to his freedom, you guys. So if we can continue to donate, if we can continue to push this, and let everyone know, let all people know that this brother, he that's not a place for him. It's not. That's not a place for him. Um, so I thank you guys again. And I just want to say this really quick. You know, our brother, he's a humble soul. He's a true person. He loved our people. Man, I mean, even to think about his love for our people is huge. Is huge, and it just resonates. So anyway, thank you guys. I feel so bad. I don't feel too good, but I have enough energy in my body to say, Brother Ozone, you will be coming home, and we love you. I'm working in the spiritual realm. Our brother feel the love. He feel the love for Brother Major, Sister Cody, from me, and let me go back. First and foremost, from his mom. His mother loves him so much, as well as his children, and we're dealing with love for our brother. And I just want to say he will be coming home. He will be coming home. But again, if we could just keep pushing this and pushing it, and spreading the word, ozone, free ozone. Let's free up our pockets. Let's make it possible. Thank you.
That's right, my sister. I appreciate that. We got Sojourner of Life in the building. So glad to see you here, my brother. Peace to you. Sojourner of Life, you got your piece ready to go. Your Remember Othal Wallace piece. You have that ready to go, brother. You gonna bless us? You that lyrical genius. So I'm sure you have a Remember Ozone piece ready for us. Sister, you said you're on this spiritual walk, right? And I just believe that we're all being tested right now. We're all being tested to see if we're gonna fall off, if we're just gonna, you know, stand and then sit down. But I'm gonna say that I'm gonna stand 10 toes down, and that's on my feet. So that's 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 about all that I have to say on that matter. Just we're gonna stand 10 toes down for Ozone until he comes home, and then we're gonna continue to stand thereafter in solidarity. This is virtual solidarity day for Ozone Wallace. The website is othal.org. Please go there, make a donation, show some love, come on the show, and share your Remember Ozone story. That's what this is about. On this day, a year ago, 3 years ago, this day, the brother was in fear for his life, committed an act of self-defense, and here we are today, standing in solidarity. So I want to say shouts out to everybody that's in the chat that joined us today. Shouts out to everybody who's going to watch later and then make that ultimate decision to make a donation to Othal.org. We at $126,941.97. We'd love to see that go to 127,000. The last time we met, I believe we were at 126,000. So if anybody, you know, in the sound of my voice, want to go ahead and be the first one to make that donation, and then put in the description down there or the message to Ozone, type in hashtag bring ozone home, hashtag bring ozone home, and whatever other message you want to leave for the brother. I would greatly appreciate it.
And sis, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, sure.
No good deed goes unpunished. By helping our brother, we're helping ourselves. This is like a historical moment, for us to be able to financially help support our brother in his endeavors to bring him home, you know. So again, it's so imperative that we do so. Now, on the 25th, I will be donating, as I mentioned in previous lives, donation lives, as it pertains to our brother Ozone. On the 25th, I will be donating 200 towards his legal defense fund. So, you guys, when you go back and you look at the ledger, you will see, my word is golden, So, on the 25th, I will be donating 200. And that's every 25th of the month until our brother, until these attorneys are paid for. I know I can put a dent in it, and but all of us together, we can get these attorneys paid, so our brother can get his justice, his due justice, because we do want him home. So again, so just be on the lookout. On the 25th, I will be donating my 200, faithfully. Thank you.
Hey, sister, your commitment and your fortitude is much, much appreciated. Most High will continue to bless you. You know, I just feel it in my spirit that we all will be blessed for our efforts in remembering ozone. You know, like I said, I was remembering those 24 hour um, those 24-hour lives that we participated in. I never went up on the panel, but I know that you were always there on the panel, letting the people know, sounding the trumpet, letting the people know that this is an urgent matter and that we should not sleep on our brother. And I want to thank again everyone that did donate to Othal in the past and plan to continue to donate. Like our sister said that she's made it a monthly bill to donate to Othal.org. I say salute to you, my sister, and anybody else who's able to do that, to step up to the plate like that, and just show solidarity. Like, I'm gonna start it off tonight by saying, since we're at the 40th minute hour, I'm gonna start it off right now and say that I'm gonna be the first one to donate $23 right now for June 23rd. $23. I'm gonna go ahead and donate right now. Um, Anybody else want to come up and donate that amount as well? Please join me in that. That's not a lot, but 23 to represent the 23rd of June 2021. That's what we're gonna do right now. So, Journey of Life, I guess I don't know if you, oh, you gave me a thumbs up. So you're gonna make that donation, brother, Journey of Life. Let's see. I'm doing 23. So, Journey, let's do 23 together. Anybody else? Major, you still in the building? Major, you still in the building? All right, Sister Dee Dee.
Yeah. Oh, I just want to say thank you, sis. I also want to say thank you to Mama O. I was reading her comment when she says, "Get well soon, Sister Dee Dee." Honey, I'm trying. I'm trying, and I have not been at work this past week. I can't go to work this coming week, so I'm out of work for 2 consecutive weeks. So that's a whole paycheck. But guess what? I'm still donating what I've already put my plans at work. I'm still donating. I'm not worried about my bills or anything like that because when you worry about things, you get no blessings out of worry. And faith without works is dead. So we just have to keep pushing. We got to keep on going. And so again, says thank you for your contribution this evening. It's much, much appreciated. You know, whether you can do $23 or $5 or $10, all of that add up. We get enough people on board, to even push. Just think about it. If we got 1,000 people to donate $2, that's 2,000, and so on and so forth. So thank you, sis, for your works that you have been pushing for the freedom of our brother. And I appreciate all of you who continue to spread the word, because for those who are not in a financial place to help out financially, at least you're pushing to spread the word to those who can help. So you're a help anyway. So I just want to, give a shout out to you as well, sis, as well as Brother Major and everyone else that's in this fight with our brother. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, sister. Like, I appreciate you sharing all of these things so that we can remember that Othel Wallace is not just a number, because in that place where he's located now, he's just a number. He has no history. They don't care. Only thing they know is that he was convicted. That's the only history they're concerned with. But we on the outside here, we know our brother. We, whether it was you actually had an opportunity to meet him face to face, or you just seen him on live virtually as we're gathered right now today. Virtual Solidarity Day, June 23rd, 2024. Let's keep this positive energy going and speak his name every time that you have an opportunity. Keep it resonating, not only for him, but for others that are wrongfully incarcerated, other political prisoners of war. But today is Remember Othal Ozone Wallace Day, because 3 years ago today he was accosted. But I remember when he went on to Haka Bay platform, and he was so fired up and so fired up and so wanting to get the word out about what they were doing to our the injustice that the police department was giving, putting on our people. And now I get excited just thinking about how excited he was about on speaking about the same issues that we're concerned with still today. And since they were out there doing what they were doing, and when we say they, we know who the 2A marchers were, along with our brother. Since they were doing what they were doing, there has not been such a force since. And these are the things and these are the stories that we're here to share. Don't be afraid to share your stories, because you all, if you, any of you participated in any of those formations or any of those marches or any of those protests, and you're still here with us, you made history. Record your history, put it out there, let it be known, because you are the warriors that they're going to stand in the gap for your people. And I say salute to you, And it's my pleasure to be able to bring to the world what you all have accomplished, and the tremendous impact you all had on my life and the lives of so many other people. So I say salute to all those warriors on this virtual Solidarity Day. Salute to you all. May the Most High continue to guide you and bless you in all of your endeavors. And thank you for hearing these words. Othal.org. Othal.org. Solidarity, because guess what? Othal didn't say, oh, well, forget the people. I'm in this by myself. He was like, no, he said, I know my people got me. And he's still depending on his people. Don't let him down. Let him know that we're virtually here with him today in solidarity. $23 is all I'm asking. And this is an ask. I can't demand anything from anyone. But we could start it off there and let's just see where it goes. Commit today on June 23rd, 2024 to support your brother that supported you. And y'all know many, many times before. He was courageous, as many, many of you were. But you weren't the one that had the flashlight shine in the face and was basically violated on June 23rd, 2021. So, like I said, this is a ask. Othal.org. Major, you back? Or my sister, you want to come on in?
Yeah, I'm back. What's going on?
Oh,
Okay.
no, no, no. You was
I heard you calling my name. I was moving around. What's going on?
oh, that was like 10 minutes ago, brother.
I
Brother,
knew I was moving around. I was doing something. What's going
yeah,
on?
it's the same thing. Talking about
You know
Othal.
you windy. I'm letting you windy. I'm letting you do your thing.
You sound winded.
Yeah, you there you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to let the people know that this
Excuse
is
me.
for a worthy cause. We're not just asking them for their money. I know everybody may be going through some hard times. I am too. Like that's back in the day I could drop big
Look,
loads, but not now. You know what I'm saying? But whatever I'm showing people, whatever little bit you have is a lot. It's a great deal. It's a great deal. So that's all. But I think I was trying to call you in on something else. One of those virtual live things we did back in the day. Um,
Wait, sis, can I
Go
say
ahead.
something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, my sister.
Okay, our brother RJ, he just cashed at me his donation, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply it. Okay, can y'all hear me?
yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add his donation. Okay.
Yeah. All you can do is keep putting the message out there, man. You know, like I believe in the Most High, so I mean that's where my faith at. So if people donate or not, I believe the brother gonna be all right, gonna be free. It just we just doing our part in reference to spreading the word and what have you, which I've been doing it for a hot minute. I try to step the line of fire with the nonsense that been going on over the years, and what have you, especially when it came down to his brother and whatnot. For the most part, been very consistent about donating to his brother cause as well as helping his brother get free. And I commend everybody who donated, people on the panel, not people that's doing it outside on we doing right now, on their own. Because right now, we need the help, but I believe in the Most High. So for me, I put faith in that. So when I put the word out in the universe, when we put the word out in the universe, hopefully it touch the hearts of many to want to help.
Right, right, my brother. You're so right on that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. I really do.
It's
Like
all love. It's all love.
an example of what a brother's keeper looks like. Truly, truly, that's what that means. Like when our brothers fall short, regardless to if you like them or not. It may be a personality conflict. But when your brother is in trouble, you got to put all that personal stuff aside and help your brother. And I'm talking about the sisters too. Same thing goes. I may not like some sister or whatever because of personality conflict, We may can't shoot marbles together, but one thing for sure, if them folks come for her, I'm gonna be there. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? If we gonna keep it real, and I don't say keep it hood, but that's how we get down, where we grow up, where we grew up at. That's how we got down, right? So what nobody gonna come from the other section over there and gonna be coming over here and wrecking havoc. So that's how I feel about all my brothers and sisters, because I feel like we're all facing the same enemy. So why would I fight you? You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got to like you to love you.
And it's a saying, right? If you don't have something good to say, don't say nothing at all. It's best to just hold your peace. You
That's
know,
right.
a lot of because we get on this big old stage thing, we about the people, but a lot of time we be like a clown on stage. You know what I'm saying? So to hear you saying that, sweetheart, is beautiful. It's very genuine because a lot of us don't understand. We can be at conflict, but understand that when they come down to our people, what's going on with Otha, we gotta definitely stand in solidarity. You know what I'm saying? Despite
Yeah.
differences.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. I definitely feel you. So what I wanted to do is just go ahead one time. We talked about Remember Ozone. So hold up. I'm waiting on Sojourner Your Life to drop 23, drop something in the donor so we can go ahead and hear his piece. What's up? Where you at, Sojourner Life? You said you was gonna be ready for it. Where you at? Refresh. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show y'all something that happened during the trial, right? This is what we call the sentencing phase of after the 30-year sentence was given. He had to go, I'm sorry, before the 30-year sentence was given, he was found, Othel Wallace was found guilty of manslaughter. So we had to wait about a month for the sentencing trial. So I'm going to show you all what happened during the sentencing trial as part of the Remember Othel Wallace, because they had individuals that came forth on Othel Wallace's behalf and gave their Remember When story. So we're going to go ahead and take a moment and listen in on that, what happened during the sentencing hearing. And let's go ahead and give a shout out to our brother Ken from PLAP, People's Legal Aid Project, for capturing all the moments in the brother's trial and having this on record for history's sake. And brother Ken, if you're listening to me, we might want to take some of these videos down, download them to a separate hard drive. You know what I'm saying? Just in case, just for the archives. And I'm going to do the same, my brother. That's just a thought just dropped in my spirit. But here we go, without further delay. Look at the meeting, so. One. That's it. Shoot, John. Proceed, John. You may proceed if you can hear us. I think it's connecting to audio. Mr. Kennedy, can you hear me? Yes, sir. All right. Would you, for the record, give your full name? Stephen Michael Kennedy. Okay. And how do you know the defendant in this case, Othel Wallace? I met him in a children's home. In a what kind of home? The children's home, the Florida United Methodist Children's Home. Okay. And how old were you when you met him? I believe I was 15. Okay. And do you know about how old Othel was at the time? No, I believe I was 14 and Othel was maybe 16. Okay. And where was this at? What city was this at? It's in a little town called Enterprise, Florida. Okay. And
Um, how long have you known Mr. Wallace?
Ever since that time, I'm 29 now, so that would be 12, 13 years.
Okay. And did the two of you live together in foster care?
Yes, he was actually my roommate.
Okay. And this was also in Enterprise?
Yes, at the children's home.
Okay. And what would you like to say about your knowledge of Othal, starting with when you two were roommates?
Ever since the first day I met Othal, I saw him at the gym for the first time. He was just coming back from wherever he was, and we just played basketball together for the first time. And I just was like, this guy is just so down to earth, so like fun spirited, and it was just fun ever since like the first day I met him. He took on like a role as like my big brother, and he just taught me a lot, and he just helped me because I was new to the whole foster care system, and he just like helped me navigate, kept me out of a lot of trouble, literally. Um, he just showed me the ropes of how to navigate through the foster care system.
And about when was it that the two of you stopped living together as roommates?
Well, actually, Othal turned 18 while I was still in the foster care system, so he eventually ended up moving out, and but then once I turned 18, I had moved back down South Florida, and then I came back up to the Central Florida area, and then I became homeless, and I had to move back to the home. And just so happened, Othal was going through the same thing at the same time, and we end up putting a plan together to both get an apartment. So we actually became roommates again as adults. I believe I was around 19 when that happened.
And where was this at? What city was this in?
This was in DeLand, Florida.
Okay. And then how long were the two of you roommates?
I want to say for that entire lease, so for about a year.
Okay. And what was he like to live with?
By this time, I was just still like a young fellow, but Othal was just like, he was a couple years older than me, but like he was just so knowledgeable. He was like literally like he was a father by this time. He had a kid. His girlfriend at the time lived with us, and I was just like basically like the young brother living on the other side of the house, and he had his whole family living on his side, and I just saw him literally every day just interacting with his family, and it was so motivational. Like something gave me something to look up to.
How would you see, what were your observations about Othal interacting with his children?
He was everything that we wish we had when we were growing up. Literally.
Okay. Did you see Othal acting in a loving, caring way for his children?
Every day. Like I was so stricted because I lived in the house with his kids. It was like he just showed so much love to them. Like every day you see him picking her up. His daughter, he's loving on her so hard. It's just the most amazing thing to see like your brother, like knowing what he came from, to see him being able to, like, how do you know how to do this, bro? Like why, like how? It's just crazy.
During that period of time, was Othal working?
Yes. I know. I believe Othal was in school at this time. He was going to Daytona State College to become a barber, I believe, because we both were in barber school at the same time.
Okay. And then you said you lived together for about a year, and then after that, did you go separate ways physically? You go live somewhere else?
Yes. I believe him and his girlfriend at the time kept that apartment, and his daughter ended up moving into my old room, and I ended up becoming roommates with someone else in another spot.
Did you and Othal stay in touch with one another?
Yes.
And would you see him very often?
Yes. That was around the time when his whole accident on the motorcycle happened and everything.
He got injured in a motorcycle accident?
Yes.
And was that pretty severe?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, it was like the whole thing about it. He was the first ICU patient, I believe, in like that seminal hospital, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Now, over the years, going forward from that period of time, did you continue to stay in touch with Othal?
Yes.
Okay. In what way? I mean, how would you end up seeing him or communicating with him?
I mean, sometimes we'll talk on the phone all the time, and sometimes we'll link up and hang out.
And
thing.
Afterwards, did you, after you stopped being roommates, did you have occasions to see Othal interact with his children?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you now have your own children?
I don't have children yet. I have stepchildren, but I'm not a father myself. No.
Okay. So, in the times that you saw in the years to follow, Othal interact with his children, were you seeing the same type of interactions with his children as he was when you guys were living together?
Yes, it's amazing. Like, yes, like the things that he do and say and teaches his children, and the amount of discipline that he has for himself to be there for his children.
Okay. Now, Mr. Kennedy, we are here for sentencing, where the judge will make a decision of what sentence to impose in this case. What would you like to say to the judge with regard to sentencing? What recommendation would you have for him?
My recommendation is to get Othal back to becoming the loving father that he is as soon as possible, so that he could hug his children as soon as possible.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell the judge?
I don't really have much to say. I didn't really think of anything to say.
Okay. All right, Mr. Kennedy, I don't have any other questions for you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Kennedy, you can go ahead and, with the court's permission, you can go ahead and log off.
So, wow, family, that was just the first testimony on behalf of our brother during that sentencing hearing. And wow, just a couple of notes that I made. What stood out the most was that Othal Wallace is a natural nurturer. A natural nurturer. So that tells me that he was born to lead. He was born to be a leader, because you cannot lead unless you know how to nurture your troops, or nurture those ones, your teammates, those ones that's coming with you. You have to be able to nurture them, to be able to have instill it in the confidence within themselves. And that's what Othal was doing for his children and his comrades. Um, Anybody want to amen on that? Am I missing something from Stephen's testimony?
No, you're not. I mean, if anybody have observed his walk and what he was all about, it was a reflection what the brother was talking about. Even though we didn't know him personally and we didn't know too much about his family, still, when it did come out, it all correlates, it connect, and it's beautiful that we can hear somebody who know him speak about him, as well as have people currently talking about like you, Ash, Didi, his mom, and etc. So it's a beautiful thing. So right now, we just have to stay focused on what we're trying to do, and that's raise the money against attorney. And I think that's the only thing we could be doing outside speaking about his name and really just raising him up and giving him to the Most High. Because I feel like at the end of the day, the Most High gonna determine what's best, and we believe freedom is best. So I'm gonna digress on that.
Yes, sir, my brother. Well said. Well said. Once again, let's go back to the website and see how we're doing over there. It's about Othal.org. It's not about me. It's not about Sister Dee Dee. It's not about Brother Major. It's about Othal.org. If you're here on this live for any other reason, exit left. Drop a donation, Othal.org. We are remembering Othal Ozone Wallace on June 23rd, 2024. Because on June 23rd, 2021, our brother was involved in an ordeal that neither one of us could really say we would know what to do if we were involved in that altercation. So, for his bravery, I just donated $23, and brother RJ upped the ante and donated $25. I believe it was the 25th where they finally put our brothers in those torture cuffs.
Well, sis, it was Saturday, the 26th, 3 days,
The three
after.
days was 3 days.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
Yeah.
still $25 for the 20 on the 25th when he was still trying to figure out what was going to become of his life. So whatever you want to drop on Othal.org would be greatly appreciated if you're listening now and if you listen later. Othal.org.
And sis, if I can share something quickly, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, this definitely could have been anybody. Our brother had just baked a cake with his daughter. If I'm not mistaken, his oldest daughter, and he went home. He sat in his vehicle, like we do. Sometimes when I get home from any occasion, I'll sit in my vehicle. I'll listen to my music. I'll, get on my phone and look at my little social media apps or whatever. I mean, I don't just be in a rush to walk inside my door. Sometimes that's just that time where you just sometimes how you spend that little time, that me time,
Right.
that unwinding time where you just kind of want to relax, spend that little me time or whatever. And that's me. That could have been any of us, you guys. We can say, well, what if he didn't have to go to his daughters and bake a cake? He would have avoided all this. We can think of million things to feel like, oh well, what if he would have done something differently? What if blah blah blah? But the fact of the matter is, that could have been any of us. I just went to my daughter's graduation. Came home. I sat in my vehicle. I cried tears of joy. I didn't rush to go inside my home. I didn't. And again, that's so many of us where we come home from, whether it be work, a special engagement, any type of activity. We get home, we just want to unwind, sit in our vehicles, listen to our jazz, rap, if you will, classical music, or just spend that a long time. And that's what happened to our brother. He was sitting in his car on his property, minding his own business, wasn't messing with no one. And guess what? That's what took place. That
Right.
Jason Raynor was on his property. He approached him, and the way he did it, like our sister had mentioned earlier, he accosted our brother without even identifying himself in the beginning of this, and then grabbing him and all of that. No, you just don't do that,
Yeah,
So,
that was clearly assault. So
yes.
let's remember what happened on that day. You know what I mean? Let's talk about it. Because it did happen on this day 3 years ago. Sister Didi, did you want to see the next testimony from the sentencing hearing?
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Okay, let's get that queued up.
Thank you. And let me give a shout out to our brother real quick. I can never pronounce his name. Breezy is his nickname. Help me out with this. Shamba Shawan True. How you pronounce that, sis?
Shawashawan.
Thank you. Yep. Shout out to him. And just the ones out here that's that's here with us. On a good note, I just want to shout out all of the ones who are down with really helping bring attention to this in a good way. So, yeah. So anyway, I just want to shout our brother out real quick, along with our brother Soul Journey for Life, and everyone that's bringing love here to get our brother home. Thank you, sis. Okay, go ahead, please.
Yes, 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 yes. So I see a message from Soul Journey of Life saying, refresh that page. Let's see what it is. Let's see what it is. Because I'm waiting on this word. Let's see what it is. Um, hold on. Where we at? Here we go. Let's see. I refreshed Soul Journey. Soul Journey of Life. I refreshed. There it is. Let's go. Let's go. My brother put it in. Thank you so very much for your donation, Soul Journey of Life. So, my brother, this link that I'm putting in the chat is for Soul Journey of Life. Don't nobody else grab the link right now. And Mama O, I got a special link for you as well. So, don't go nowhere. Next link I'm dropping is for Mama O. So don't go nowhere, Mama O. All right, brother. Soul Journey of Life gonna be joining us in just a second with his Remember Othal Ozone Wallace letter of support. I love it. I love it. Oh, while you guys are listening, one other lyrical poet, swords woman, um, our dear sister, Miss Watchman, I heard that she was ill. So if you all send up your prayers and your thoughts for her healing as well in this hour, we want to do that as well because I know that if she was feeling 100%, she probably would be here putting in the word as well. So, Soul Journey of Life, we're calling Soul Journey of Life to the microphone. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Y'all ain't know I used to DJ in my past life, right? Once upon a time.
Didn't know, sis. Didn't even know that.
Once
Hey.
upon a time when I used to rhyme, would just bust a little something just on a dime. You know. Anyways, I'm old school, but my brother Soul Journey of Life, he got that new flow, that new school flow that I think he wants to bless us with. And in his tribute to remembering Ozone Wallace on this day, June 23rd, 2024. How long y'all think we should give? Let's go ahead and play the next clip. Witness while we get Sojourner of Life in.
were not intentional. They were within the parameters of his rights, his constitutional rights as a human being, which he is.
Hold up, let me back it up, y'all. Let's back it up. We don't want to miss anything.
Now, who is this, sis?
I'm gonna back it up so you'll see.
Okay.
See what we got here. See if our brother was able to capture.
Okay. All right, here we go. Let's get back to it.
Gracefully.
Oh, so we missed her name coming up. We missed her name.
Acknowledge the fact that his actions were not intentional. They were within the parameters of his rights, his constitutional rights as a human being, which he is.
Thank you, Leon. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You call Esther Williams?
Wait a minute. Hold up, y'all. We gotta back that up. I think we must have missed that. Oh wow. Oh, did we miss? Oh, we missed her testimony here. Unfortunately.
And so we want to make more progress, y'all.
Yeah.
You know.
Unfortunately, I wanted to get that testimony in, but from that sister because it was powerful. But I promise y'all I will find it. But let's get Mother O's testimony.
Okay, wait, sis, do me a favor, please.
Yes.
Okay, my battery is really low on my iPad, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the studio restream from the chat, okay? And come back.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm getting off here. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
And according, I'm gonna have to step away from the stream. Thank you so much for everything y'all doing. I have to leave, but I appreciate everybody that donated. Continue to donate. I have to leave. Thank you so much for everything.
Peace, my brother. You be safe out there.
You already know. Peace.
Salute. Shalom.
Shalom.
So, Journey of Life in the house. What's going on, my brother?
Yes, indeed. Peace and blessings. Can you hear me pretty good?
Yes, I hear you very well, my brother. It's been a long time, my brother. It's been a long
Yes,
time.
it has. Yes, it has. I would say, that the the journey is what it is. What I can share is about our brother Othal Wallace and the experience and observance that I see. One of the things I wanted to put up, is that we're in a time where the fanfare, the pomp and confetti, all the shiny glow or whatnot of the moment has faded away. And, a lot of times that attracts, a certain type of audience. But the reality, you understand, of what's actually going on, the real life, that there's people involved, that there's a brother who's, locked behind bars, for, basically standing up, you understand, and being in the right. And so, real life events. And I think that, there's an audience of people who thrive off of the fanfare. You understand? And when the fanfare goes away, when that paparazzi crowd leaves, they leave with that. And so you end up, when the smoke clears, you end up with the people who are really about, authentically about the cause in the first place. So that's what you have here. And you always know that's always going to be the few out of the many. When it happens this way, it's always going to be the smaller crowd that's actually the people who believe in the cause. That said, so our shout outs has been ongoing, but it's a thing where when you put your effort towards supporting the cause, when you put your effort towards making the right moves, it's not something that you do just one time and think that the solution has been had. This is something that will continue and will continue and will continue. And in this case, the fight is a real fight. This is this is no cakewalk type of situation. Our brothers behind bars with charges pressed upon him by a very s- strong system, very clever, very tactful system. You understand? But the thing is for anybody that has measures any measure of wisdom, you don't fear any of that. If you regard the Most High, you don't fear any of those elements. You take that as a given. That's part of the thing. But others, that tends to frighten them away because they'll have that quote, "Well, there's nothing we could do," and they keep on going. When they see the gavel put down and the verdict given, they tap out because they feel like there's nothing more that they can do, not realizing that a fight doesn't end that way. A fight doesn't, like I said, you don't have a microwavable solution here. You have a situation that will require us all the way till the end of it, and even after that. I don't know if you heard me or not, but let's see here. Now I have three items. Two of them, were items that I shared in the past. And I suppose I'll go with the most recent. The most recent is just more or less a letter that I'll cite, and perhaps you can look. Let's see here. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Oh, I guess I gotta go here, don't I? So right here, here's the letter if you want to share, or I don't know if it's visible or not. Okay, and basically, it's a little bit poetic, but it's really a sincere letter. So perhaps if you're able to take this and pass it on in some way to the brother, that would be appreciated because this is, what I would have to say if I were able to see him or visit him. These are the words that I would say. Sound advice from one brother to another, to Ozone. Remain steadfast, remain firm. Don't be shaken, don't be stirred. Instead, remember the divine words I am. So be the key to see past the enemy. The father you be, an example for many. The courage you keep, virtue for infinity. The love we see, a treasure for the family. Heavenly is the journey. The path is rocky, the walking is burning. Stay focused, brother. The road is traveled only by those chosen, those worthy. Now, many of you have probably heard this song before for Brother Ozone, so we'll go and do that again just to go back in time. The thing I want to do is I want to shout out to all those who've been showing their support and who've been in this you know family objective, you know from as early as you can bring it, and showing their support. You still see their faces, you still see their commentary, you still see them being involved in some way, you still see their names rolling up in the donation, and those that
Hey, so Journey, you coming in and out, my brother. Your mic is coming in and out.
all right, let me switch mics then. I'll do this.
It sounds good now. I think when you swing back and forth, you
Oh, I
got
was hitting the
the
table
swing.
there. uh
Yeah,
How's this mic sound?
it sound muffled. The other mic sound better.
The mic sound better?
this might sound better.
Yeah, just turn it down just a tad.
Turn it down. Okay, so we'll do that. All right, so how's that?
That sounds good, my brother.
So again, like I said, the shout out is to those who, you know, the thing about it is if if this were any scenario, we know the people that would be about it. You understand? If this was any other kind of scenario in any kind of other kind of time, I used to say it like this: if the Messiah was on the scene right now, we know who would be in the ranks. You understand? If any of the holy prophets or any adepts that have ever come, you know, if Malcolm X was here, we know who would be in the ranks, because the same hearts, the same minds are always the people surfacing, and they are always there, even when all the pomp and confetti, when the paparazzi leaves, when all the bandwagoners leave, when all these people go, the true are always still there. You understand? And that's at the end of the day, that's the reason why I'm even communicating, because this is our journey, this is our story, this is the way of righteousness. You understand? Righteousness doesn't require uh you know free handouts or somebody, giving us something to do something. We do it because this is what's in our heart to do. It's the right thing to do. This is our people's. We stand up for our peoples. This is our family. We stand up for our family. I've never met the brother. You understand? The only observation I've been able to see was what we see on the stream, on the YouTubes. You understand? Never even spoke with the brother. But in
Yeah,
my heart,
Question. I do remember. I do remember when you and I hosted an interview with our dear brother Remy back then, trying to
yes,
find out the truth about what was really going on, and that was really something. That was
yes,
a
yes,
one of those interviews you put down in the history books, right?
yes.
I don't know if you still have that interview. Do you?
It's on my stream. I could look it up. And it just, so people may know, the person that she mentioned, this was a person who tried to benefit off of the pain, off of the struggle. You
But let's
understand?
twist that. Let's twist that and say how our brother Othel never lost faith in us as a
No,
people, even despite what that brother did. Even
yeah,
despite that evil, our brother. I remember our brother just started saying, "Go to Othel.org. Go to Othel.org," and then
yes.
from there, that's how we
Mhm.
got here. So my
Otho
brother,
was able to see through all that and still know that the real we're
yeah.
out here fighting the real fight at the end of the day. Um, I'll look for that. Let's see. While I'm doing that, let's go back in the time. I have this poem, another poem. I'll share this tab, right? Yeah, and we are Ozone, and there was a
Oh wait, before you do that, my brother, let's check out this. Let's check out this.
mm-hmm,
Let's check out the website. Look how close we are to turning 127,000. Look how close we are to the goal. That's phenomenal. That's all I ask my people. Let's see somebody else do $23. $23 for June 23rd, 2021.
yes.
This is 3 years later. Let's do $23. But go ahead, my brother. Entertain us one more time with another poem.
All right. And if you want, I could look for that interview we were talking about. But
Hold
here,
on. No, no, no. We can. You and I must go on your page
all right.
and do that. Do a review of
So
that interview. That'd be interesting. But let me see what if Sister Didi want to come in. Sister Didi, you got any thoughts? I hope. Well, perhaps not. Okay. Well, go ahead, Questman. Do you think?
so I have these two tabs. One is this poem, and one is the song for Brother Ozone. I guess I'll put the poem first. All right. Hopefully you can hear it. So share. I'm sharing the tab now. It should be up there. Um. Yeah. There's the tab. Okay. Press play.
Yes, sir. I think I remember that one.
Yeah, this was at that. I think it was like one of the 30-30. Something like that was going on, and this was the poem I did.
We see we have Brother Questman is in the building. Let's see if we can pull him in, OC, and see if he's ready. Peace and blessings, Questman.
Peace, God.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Shalom. Salam
All
alaikum.
right,
Hotep.
shalom. All that.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, oh yeah. I see you got that club section over there. You got that
I,
section.
I wanted to come in too,
Yeah, you got
take
that.
my seat.
Yeah.
Okay, I see you, Quest. Yeah.
Participate. Give me a drink, but I will drink the ice cold
I got
coffee
you some kombucha
too,
or something. You know what I'm saying? Some kombucha. You know what I
the
mean?
nitro.
We'll get you right.
All right.
Uh,
So y'all want me to go down? Y'all want me to do this the right way then, right?
hey,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Go ahead and lead
spotlight
them
on
on.
you,
Okay.
my brother.
Ah, ozone, I am ozone, the bronze face, declared in agreement. A war zone testing the best of those who claim to stand up for their own. Some fall off. Some stand by waiting to see if the beast can paint a hole in the heart of the ozone layer. Like mind flayers, the adversaries seek to break the growing unity, only to instead receive mountaintop shouts, I am ozone. We have dreamed enough, marched and fussed, yet ozone was of those who stood up from the dust. A black man who persisted in lifting up his community, helping the way a warrior does. In the face of injustice, one must hold on, keep on flowing like water does. I am ozone declares three blessed seeds. Though they see their morning star temporarily chained behind dark clouds, they know who they are. They know who they love, budding like ancient saplings as they hug their father, ozone. A people's champ in these times when hobos and no-shows perpetrate the glow road, yet those who know see through the holes, foes disguised as new age Negro heroes. Not so be the case of ones like Ozone, our brother holding on in the face of those cold. So salute to ozone. We sing the real flow. We are ozone. We stand up for those people. Hashtag free ozone. His innocence we know. Solid words from the soul, dropping those bogus charges. We stand for ozone's justice. It's just us, the blessed. We are ozone. You didn't know? Respect us. Ozone. There it is. Peace and blessings. Salute to ozone. We got your back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, what year was that again, my brother? You muted.
That was we were ozone. It was 2 years ago is what I have here.
So that's 2022.
What did it say? 2000,
Yeah,
2022.
2022.
2022, March 30th.
Yeah, the 30 for 30.
Yes, March 30th. Mm-hmm. 30 for
Yeah.
30. And the, the final thing I have, if you want, I have the ozone song featuring myself and the accompaniment of my
Oh,
daughter.
wow. Nice. Okay, let's hear that. Let's let it rip.
And this was something I did with one of the ozone events. But here we go again. Put that there. I'm sharing the tab. Okay.
It's obvious, I'm confident. A justice victory, objective, strengthened by the voices of the blessed collective, brothers and sisters respected for stepping up. Keep it up, it's just us to look out for the least and the best of us. Right in the Yah we trusted, I say it's obvious. This one's for the soul, those who know. Speaking out for brother Ozone. Can't leave a brother alone to the wolves. All hands on deck, let's get it. Walk it like you're talking. Mighty 300, put in the mouth to the wallet. For the life and freedom of Othal Wallace. A righteous soldier, making community moves with polish. With these rhymes, I'm stylish. Quest man, dropping the logic. Now go to Othal.org. Drop your deposit and let's rock it. Fist in the air, one people not stopping, keep the heads rocking. I'm stepping up for the team, so you know I had to drop it. Nappy head with the locks in, so journey of life, the light dome. Alright then. Yo, wrote this verse at the last second. Would you believe it? Gotta represent for the people, so I rhyme with a reason. Just get a season to hang out in the ozone layer. Coco beware, equipped with more than just the power of prayer. I need justice, no question. As a father, I can only imagine the pain of being cut off from your loved ones. Might go insane. Brother Ozone, hang on, we got your back. Just stay strong, keep the fight on, keep the light on, keep flowing with a righteous song. It's time to step up, let your voice be heard. Righteous word, step up for justice. Free brother Ozone.
Brother, let me tell you, every time I say something about Brother Ozone, I have to put that in the background if you give me permission to.
Yeah, it's on there for use it while it's there. I mean,
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like the beat. Definitely the message was on point. You know what I'm saying? Gave a shout out to the Mighty 300. I heard you, man. You was on point with that one. I missed that one though. I
yes
don't
indeed,
remember that one. But that was pretty nice, Quest man. I appreciate your contribution, and I appreciate you always been on those panels whenever we do the bigger fundraisers on the bigger so-called bigger channels, right? You
hmm
there showing support, and I see you, brother. I see you, brother. You know what I mean, doing your thing, and I appreciate you. You what I consider a warrior for Ozone, and I appreciate your solidarity
yes
standing
indeed,
here with us today. So,
yes
with
indeed.
that being said, my brother, all right, Sister Didi, you want to come in and say something about that beautiful, you know, composition that our brother just blessed us with today?
Yes, sis and brother, Quest man, look, I'm still bopping my head, okay? Hey. Yes, lovely, lovely.
Yes indeed.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Whenever I listen to something like that, it reminds me that the fight is not over yet, for one, and that you can never give up. You know what I mean? There's like a spirit in the air when it comes to doing any of this. You never give up, and there's no cakewalk, there's no easy road, but it's one that the end game is most favorable. Why? Because this is the way of the righteous.
It's a beautiful thing when you can see our men in the community standing up for our brother.
Yes,
That was really very impressive, and it makes my heart feel good. It makes me feel better about our future as a nation of people in a community. You know what I mean? So there's, strong brothers such as yourself stepping up to the plate and not being ashamed of saying, I stand with Ozone. I appreciate that, my brother, so much from
yes
the
indeed,
bottom of my heart. Salute to everybody in the chat. This is Soul Journey of Life blessing us, aka Questman.
yes
He's in
indeed.
the
Peace and
building.
blessings.
And if y'all don't know, he has a YouTube channel called Soul Journey of Life. The Light Dome. Go over and subscribe to his channel. So
Yes
that's
indeed.
that's what's up, my brother. If you want to hang around, I just want to play this Mama O's. I want to play Mama O's testimony.
I'm gonna fall
Um,
back into the chat,
all
but I'm,
right,
I'm
then.
I'm still observing and everything. Peace and blessings, shalom, family. Stay
Peace and
strong.
blessings, my brother. All right, then. Shalom. Shalom.
Come on, family.
So yeah, my sister, let's get into Mother O's testimony. Her remember her son. You know what I mean? And then we're gonna try to get Mama O up on the panel if she's willing.
Good morning.
Okay.
You may proceed. Thank you. Could you state your name for the record, please?
Jennifer Williams.
All right. And are you Othal's mother?
Yes, I am.
All right. Let me get a little background, if I may, from you. How many children do you have?
6 boys and 4 girls.
So 10 altogether?
Yes, sir.
And that includes Othal?
Yes, ma'am. Sir. Sorry.
All right. And where is Othal in the age pecking?
He's he's the third from the oldest.
Third from what?
From the oldest. Mm-hmm.
And so where was Othal born?
Oak was born in Gainesville, Florida. First and foremost, I would like to apologize to Raina's family. I do send my condolences to you all. I understand, I couldn't imagine the pain, but I do understand. I'm sorry that happened, and I hope you all heal properly. And my son is not a monster, and he's not a murderer. He didn't just go out to murder anyone, and he's definitely not a monster. So that was just an understatement. Otho is such a good father. He has 5 kids and he takes very good care of them. Othal has not a prejudiced bone in his body. And he healed our family. He brought our family back together when they were all separated.
Let me stop you there because I want to get a little bit more detailed information about his childhood background.
Okay.
So after Othal was born, did he continue to live with you?
Yes, me and my mother.
Okay. And for the record, who's your mother?
Brenda Ann Williams.
Right. Is she still with us?
She's deceased.
Okay. And about roughly when did she pass away?
August 31st, 2004.
All right. And for the record, who is Othal's father?
Othal Wallace.
Right. Is that Othal Wallace Sr.?
Yes.
Okay. And was his father active in Othal's life or the children's life?
Well, yes, he was. We were off and on because he had several different women. So he would come through and, you know, make sure that Othal had things that he needed and provided those things for him.
Was his father in prison for some period of time?
Yes, he did have to go to prison. So he went to prison for selling drugs.
Okay. And so for how long was his father out of the picture for that?
About 7 years.
Okay. And over the years, after his father got out of prison, did his father continue to have a relationship?
Yes, they resumed their relationship. Othal had got in a motorcycle accident and almost lost his life. He was in intensive care for a month and he was in recovery for a month, the rehabilitation for a month. So we was in Central Florida and his dad came up there. I stayed up there for the whole term and his father came up there and bought all the things that he needed, like to bring his legs back together, the oils and the salts and, you know.
Okay. And did there come a time when DCF became involved with yourself and your children?
Yes, when my sister had, like my mom had passed and I went off the rocket, you know, I went to mental hospital and my sister cared for my kids, Priscilla Williams, and it was domestic violence in the home. They removed the kids from the home.
About domestic violence in Brenda's home?
And Priscilla Williams' home.
Priscilla Williams. Now, were you having some drug addiction issues?
Yes, I was. And my results turned into drugs after my mom died. And I was in a dark world.
Okay. And did that addiction result in arrests over the years for drug addiction?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Okay. And was that also, so let me back up actually. About how old was Othal when he was taken out of the home?
About 10.
Okay. And did Othal go where did Othal go at that point?
He went to New Smyrna. He was in Milan for a little while, then he went to New Smyrna.
All right. And did there come a time when your parental rights were terminated?
Yes.
Okay. Was that about the same time? And that would be for your parental rights to all your children?
No, just to Othal, Megan, and Dion, and Simeon.
Okay.
And Jessica.
All right. And so where did Othal go to live after they were removed from you?
He went to a children's home.
Okay.
For adolescents.
Okay. And did he stay there?
Yes, because he refused to be adopted. He didn't want to be adopted. So he wanted to find me. He said that he was going to find his mother. And he had told the other kids that he would find the mother, find me, and that we would all be back together. And that he did as such.
Okay. And so what kind of gap are we talking about? He goes in the foster care and then
we're talking about when he was like 17.
Okay. All right. And where were you living when you got back together with Othal?
I was living in Broward County.
Okay. And did you continue after Othal was placed in foster care? Did you continue to struggle with your own?
Yes, I did. I was having mental health issues and drug addiction.
Okay. And can you tell the court what kind of mental health issues?
I have bipolar disorder.
Did you have that before the addiction?
Since the age of 13.
At the age of 13.
Yes.
Okay. And all right. And have you yourself recovered or in recovery from?
Yes, I have been clean 18 months.
Okay.
Mhm.
Are you in a particular program for that now?
Yes, I am the overseer of a sober living house.
Okay. And where's that at?
In Broward County.
So now that you've, for lack of a better phrase, reunited with Othal, describe the nature of your relationship with Othal now.
When Othal came back in my life, he started finding all the kids, getting all the kids together, and he reunited us all together, and we started communicating. And Othal would come check on me often, him and his friend Stephen, and he would make sure that I was okay. When I was in my addiction, he would always come and make sure that I ate. He would come to my house and make sure that everything was going good, smoothly in my house. Othal was just an overall good kid. He was very respectful. He doesn't have a hate bone in his body. His life was saved.
What would you like to say to the judge as far as sentencing, which is what we're here for?
Yeah, I know it's the hard case here, but I'm asking you please to have leniency on him so that he can reunite with his family. Othal's not a bad person at all. I don't know how this took place, but I'm very apologetic for it. But just please have leniency on him so that he can be home with his kids.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. And let me call Dion Washington.
So family, Sister Didi, your thoughts?
Ooh, powerful. Powerful, sis. Her testimony was, I can't even think of a word right now. I'm like in tears because her testimony, it was, help me out with the word, sis, please.
Touching, honest, but forthcoming, and just honest. It was
Yes,
just the honest testimony
yes,
for her son, and the love that she had for her son, and the love that she knows that her son has for her was
yeah.
quite evident in that testimony. So I don't know if Mama O is gonna come up, but I'm gonna put the link in the chat again. If she wants to come up and say anything, after all, this is about Remember Ozone. Um, the link is in the chat. What do you think, sister? You think she's gonna come up?
Um, I'm not sure. You did put the link up, so you know, hopefully she does. But if she doesn't, that's respect too.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But his
So
mother.
I love you either way, Mama O. We love
Oh,
you either way, no matter, no matter. And we thank you for allowing us to, for having the courage to get on the stand and tell that story and share your story.
yes.
Wow. Shouts out to Mama O.
And like you said, sis, she definitely told her truth. I mean, her testimony was phenomenal. Mama O, as you guys heard, she went through some things due to her mother's passing, and I tell you, this lady is phenomenal. She's phenomenal, and she's Ozone is his mom. That spirit, that wholesome spirit. The love she have for her children, her family, and us. So she has a lot of love. So I just wanted to put that out there. Yeah. So, and Mama, if you like Sister Cody said, whether you come on or not, it doesn't change anything. We love you. the same.
Yes, ma'am, we do. Yes, ma'am, we do. So, sister, we must remember, oh, and I don't know how fast appeals happen, but I do know that we need to work expeditiously to continue to try to make contribution to Othal.org on the regular. Um, even though in news, facts, and comments in conjunction with Major TV has declared June to be Othal.org, Othal Wallace month, um, and today to be Warriors for Ozone Solidarity Day, Virtual Solidarity Day. We want you all to continue to donate Othal.org throughout the remainder of his stay there so that he could remain solid in knowing that he has a family back at home outside of his children, that that external family support is going to be well needed and is needed right now today. So please, if it's not today, if it's tomorrow, make a donation to Othal.org. If you can't make a donation, just share this live, and so that people can hear how we remember Othal. And just like Mama O said, Othal Ozone Wallace is not a monster. He's a nurturer. He is a father. He's a son. He's a brother. He's our comrade. He's our friend.
Yes,
He's
and
our brother. He is
he's
our brother. So
yes. Ab-
as we approach the 2 hour mark, my sister, what final remembrance can you leave us with? Whether it be a conversation that you had over the phone with Othal, or anything that you've seen online concerning Othal. What's your lasting? What's your favorite remember Othal story?
I remember, and if I'm not mistaken, it was right after trial, um, when he wasn't convicted of the capital punishment. He was not convicted. And our dear brother said to me, he said, Sister Dee Dee, to have that, you know, um, thought of the death penalty leaning towards you like a heavy weight. He said, Sis, I had to carry that until trial. And I told him, I said, Well, brother, you carried it well. I said, I didn't see any, I never heard, through our communication, letters, or anything of that nature of you ever feeling like you may end up convicted of the death penalty. I said, You've always carried yourself in a way where you showed no worries, you know. And he said, Sis, sometimes it wasn't easy. And I told him, I said, Well, brother, we're almost there. We're almost there. And you will be home with your family, with your mother, your children, your supporters. But just to, for that moment, just to sit in that chair, you know, me just placing myself in his situation, that's a heavy, heavy burden to carry, not knowing where, you know, your life will end up. So now it's just up to us to bring our brother home, you know. And keep in mind, this is the easy part, is raising the funds to bring him home. Our part is easy. He's already went through the one trial, and we're going to have this. We're fighting for his appeal. We are fighting for his appeal. Like I said before, the fight isn't over until it's complete. So we're basically doing the easy part. So on that note, I want to say this, Ozone, every time I talk to him or every time, through letters or whatnot, he always say, tell everyone I said thank you and I love each and every one of us. So that's coming from our brother Ozone. Thank you, sis.
Thank you, my sister, for sharing your your heartfelt remembrance story. I think that we all can say that without a doubt, Othel Wallace exude humbleness. If there's only one word that we could use to describe him, it would be humble. And even in his condition where he is right now, he's still very, very humble and very, very grateful for y'all's support. It's very important that you all meditate on us achieving the goal of being able to pay Otha Wallace's legal defense. It's up to us to take care of us. This is a test. I believe this is a test. How are we going to behave as a nation and say that we want the right to be self determined if we can't come together for this? This is a small cause in comparison to what we're going to be fighting here coming up in the near future. And if you're paying attention to what's going on in the world, you understand what I'm talking about. So right now is a time to make a difference, change right, change the way these police officers are operating. Send a message by donating to Othel Wallace Legal Defense Fund at othel.org. Make your donation, make your voice heard, do your donation to let them know that we do have a right to self-defense. And if Othel Wallace is able to have his case appealed and returned to the lower court for a new trial, I do believe that he will be exonerated, because I just have a feeling that exoneration will be on the table this time around. So with that being said, we didn't quite reach our goal today, but I want you all to know that I appreciate you all standing in the gap and participating and just listening and remembering Ozone Wallace. You know, it's an easy thing just to say, I am my brother's keeper, but to actually go out there and do things and actually do it, keep your brother, that's a totally different thing. So shouts out to all the warriors for Ozone that stood in virtual solidarity with us today, and those who will listen later, shouts out to you as well. We stand in solidarity for the freedom of Othel Ozone Wallace. May you all be blessed in all your endeavors, and remember, love yourself and love each other. And with that, I want to say, love you all with the love of Yahuwah, and there's nothing you can do about it. Peace, family.
One for the money, you know what it is. Two for the show, yeah, we shut it down. Three, just to make sure you ready. Four, let them know that we run this town. One for the money, you know what it is. Two for the show, yeah, we shut it down. Three, just to make sure you ready. Four, let them know that we run. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You are now tuned in to the greatest. The greatest of all time. The greatest of all time.
I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be better.
One for the money, you know what it is. Two for the show, yeah, we shut it down. Three, just to make sure you ready. Four, 4, let them know that we run this town. 1 for the money, you know what it is. 2 for the show, yeah, we shut it down. 3 just to make sure you ready.